And we've got a few lap times in quick succession as Matthew now takes provisional pole with a 31.0. Can that's Williams improve? Yes, they do. A Focus 30.947. And then that is phased on across the line, only good enough for P9. And now we have a look at the Aston Martin as the Sauber comes into the pits. Tycho, he goes to P2, just misses out narrowly. And now it's Jamie, who has invalidated into the final corner. More leader, can they improve? Yes, they do. They take over pole with a 30.8. And now it's the Mercedes of Dylan. No, not Dylan, Bosmuis. They don't improve as Sanis's wall has invalidated. Can the McLaren of Avi improve? No, they don't, as they come into the pits. And we've got the Red Bull of Koi. Can they make an improvement? No, they don't. Only a 7/10 improvement, so still pretty decent, but only up to P11. But here we go, 2-5 red lights for the Texas Sprint. It's going to be a Alpine on pole position. McLaren in P2, lights out, and away we go. And I think the Alpine did get a pretty good start. You can see the McLaren already trying to cover him off. Dives to the inside. Can he get the move into turn 1? No, he can't. He will have to back out. But it's side by side between those two. His Focus now sends his nose down the inside of the McLaren and gets up into P2. Tycho trying to fight it as well. Currently in P4, makes up a position on... No, actually doesn't make a position on Matthew, but Matthew is going to try and get the move on the Aston Martin. Slide side by side between those two coming into turn 6. And a bit of contact. Tycho is in P4 as Avi spots the mistake by Matthew going wide and gets his nose up the inside into P5 through turn 9. And now through, or into turn 10. And now through turn 11. I think in the background there, phased on, losing a place to Jamie. Jamie is going to try and be making a move on Matthew if he can get one down the inside. But I don't think he's close enough. Is there any moves being made at the back? And Whiffle is going to send one on the Haas of Hazarditch and gets the move going into turn 12. Can he hold it on the exit though? Yes, he does, just narrowly. But does get in front. Koi and Bosmo is now going side by side into turn 15. And the Mercedes had the inside, bit of contact between the two. And I think Bosmois did cut the track slightly. And Koi keeps the position in P9. I'm not too sure as Bosmois gets through on Koi, although they are going to go side by side into turn 11. And Bosmois just gets that as Jamie has a mistake out of turn 11. As he's dropped a few positions there, 3 positions. And he is now on the back foot and is under pressure by Thomas as Tycho takes the lead of the sprint. As Koi gets through on Bosmois. Thankfully, Thomas doesn't get through on Jamie. That would have been very detrimental. And I think Whiffle had a nice, overtake there on Hayes. I'm not really too sure what happened in the lead up to it, but I saw the outcome of it, and I think, Whiffle just sent one up the inside as Avi makes the move on Matthew, and Tycho gets the move on Focus, but Avi follows Tycho through to get up into P9, and I think Ransel as well trying his luck on the RB of Matthew and gets the move done. And I think Koi will be the next person to try the move. Gets up the inside going into turn 15, and they both make contact, and that is the RB and Red Bull. The two sister teams in IRL F1 coming together and both going off the track. And Koi has some front end plate damage there. As Tycho gets the move on Avi as Focus tries his look down the inside as well. Little bit of contact going through turn 12 there. Avi holds the inside, but the Williams tries to switch back, but gets the snap on the rear end, and that will cancel out that attempt for an overtake. But I imagine we'll be seeing a few moves here. Also have a look on that left to see if Avi and Focus make any moves of themselves as well, as our Whiffle does go down the inside of Matthew. And looking at the timings on the left, I don't think there's going to be any more moves being made as Bosmois gets up the inside of Matthew as well, and both of them making a double overtake. But Matthew trying to hold it around the outside of the Mercedes, but can't hold it in. Hayes gets up the inside as well, and he gets through on Matthew. Matthew losing 3 places in that specific corner. Can Hayes look for a move up the inside of the Mercedes? No, he can't. And I think this is confirmation that Dylan did not get that DRS window. So he will have to try and look to defend, but Bosmos looks up the inside of Whiffle with the DRS. And I think Hayes might try and follow him through as well. Up the inside, and he is going to get a will there. Up the inside, side by side between those two. Round turn 2 we go now. Will he try and make the move on the Mercedes as well? No, he doesn't, and he will slot in behind in P10. But I don't think any moves are going to be made on that attack as Hayes gets up the inside of Bosmowitz. Can he get up the inside of the two drivers in front of him? Goes up the inside of Dylan. And he's going to be under pressure as they go 3 wide at the back there. And that's Whiffle and Matthew. Sorry, not Matthew. Sanis making contact there. And Avi does get up to P2. Tries to send on Tycho, but cannot get that move stick as More Leader goes off the track. Will that allow Focus to go around the outside? No, he doesn't. He's now going to pull to the inside, trying to get the switch back. And down the inside is the Alpine. Can Focus get the move? And on the outside with the traction, with the overtake. And Focus gets up into the podium positions of the sprint. And Tycho takes the lead. Williams, sorry. Tycho's the one in front. And I think Avi does get into the lead. And Focus has to pull to the outside after a bit of a undecisive move from Tycho. But Tycho actually gets the switchback on, well, not really the switchback, but you know what I mean, on the McLaren. So the McLaren has a poor exit, and they go 3 wide there. And look at the space from Focus, spots the mistake, and goes through, and basically goes in the middle of between of those two, and gets into the lead of the sprint as Avi is trying to get past Tycho. As Tycho pulls to the inside now. And I'm not really too sure what my eyes are seeing right now, but Tycho manages to hold on to P2 there straight as Tycho does get into the lead of the sprint. So does Avi as well. Can Avi pull to the inside to make the move on Tycho? No, he doesn't. So Focus now drops down into P3. We'll start on the second row as it stands. Avi will start on the front row with Tycho taking pole position. And can More Leader get into P4? Or will he be under pressure and starting in P6 as FaceDom dives it down the inside? And I think FaceDom gets the overtake, to be fair to him. And round the outside going into turns 16, 17 and 18. Holds the position, but it's going to be Tycho in the Aston Martin that is going to come out victorious in the sprint round the final corner, and he will see the checkered flag first, and he will take pole position in the sprint. Avi will then start in P2 for the feature race, and Focus will start in P3 on the second row. Ransdell will then finish in P4 to start P4 on the grid, followed by FaceDom, More Leader, Jamie, Bosmowitz, Whiffle and Matthew rounding out the final top 10, but Kua overtakes Matthew on pens as he will start in P10. But here we go to 5 red lights for the actual race, as there's a lot of desync, many drivers starting, lights are out and away we go. And I have a small feeling this could be an aborted start, as a lot of drivers started to go before the lights had even gone out, as More Leader tries to make a move on Bosmowitz. Can't make that move stick as C.O.T.A. Yeah, I think we probably red flagged the race. Virtual safety car. Yeah, cars are crashing into everyone. Let me just double check. Is it a red flag? Yes, it is. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. And here we go to 5 red lights now for the Texas Grand Prix. Hopefully for the final time. And it's go, go, go. We're racing. And it looks like first did get a pretty good start off the line there. And already passes Avi into turn 1. And already goes up the inside of Tycho as well. And gets into the lead of the race. Going a little bit of a spin there from Jamie in the background as they drop down to last on the grid. But Tycho managing to hold off on Focus going into there. Oh, and there's a red ball into the wall there. And DNF'd C.O.T.A. and I think Hayes was caught up in that as well. And that is a virtual safety car. I think Hayes went off the right and C.O.T.A. went off in the left. Both drivers, I think, went into the barriers there and absolutely take off into the distance. We've seen someone try it out of turn 19 and they have gone full power. So that is exactly what they are doing. Has Focus reacted to it? As Tycho comes around the final corner now to start lap 4. Focus 3-2 tenths, so he is closing in a little bit. Will he be able to make a send going into turn 1? We'll ride on board with the Williams. But I think he opts to stay out of that one. Any moves being made further down the grid? And honestly, no, there isn't. As Tycho does get away pretty nicely, but Focus is right over that gearbox of the Aston Martin. Always More Leader and Dylan there going side by side through turns 17, 18 and... No, sorry. 17, 18 and 19. No. 16, 17 and 18. And More Leader now pulls to the inside but cannot get that move on Dylan going into turn 20. Although he might try and make the move going into turn 1. More leader pulls to the inside. Can he get the move on the Mercedes? Latest on the brakes into turn 1. A little bit of contact. And Matthew looks to follow him through. Matthew around the outside going through turn 2. And into turn 3. This is going to be dangerous if they go side by side through here. And they somehow get through with no contact. And Dylan manages to just stay in front. But that was very close between those two drivers, but good racing between both of them to keep that clean. And so does the Sauber of Mols, gets past Hazatich there. And down the inside, he manages to claim that spot as well. But Hazatich looks for the switchback. Can he get it going into turns 14? No, he can't, but then tries another switchback out of turn 14. Oh, turn 12, sorry. And now it's turn 15. Can he try a third switchback? Yes, he does. And can he make this one stick through the triple apex corner? And I don't think he's going to be able to, as that Sauber is marginally in front. But can he try a quadruple switchback? No, he can't. And Hazatich remains behind for the time being. Him and Tycho with the DRS. Tycho tries to go up the inside, around the outside. Avi down the inside. Both of them have got past, but will Avi be able to get past on Tycho? No, he doesn't. And he will have to stay in P2. Tycho takes the lead of the race. And Ransdell able to keep more leader behind. More leader then sends one up the inside. That was being set up. What a move, but Ransdell retakes it back down the inside. And the McLaren stays in P4. We'll probably see as Matthew on focus. Although Faison is going to try and send it on the Mercedes down the inside. A little bit of contact. But can Faison hold on to that around the outside? The Williams gets in front and Matthew and Focus go side by side there. Matthew on the outside, Focus on the inside. We'll have the outside for turn 15. Matthew momentarily ahead going into turn 15. Even more contact between the two. But the Williams has the inside going through the triple right-hander. And it's still going to be wheel-to-wheel going through the final couple of corners. But Matthew just gets in front going into turn 19 there. And we'll stay in P11 and we'll look to the right of the RB and we can see him already pulling alongside that Mercedes. And when he brake latest, I mean, they're kind of equal, but Arwiffle has the inside as Dylan goes wide, and that is Arwiffle upper place. And Jamie is in between a Mercedes sandwich at the moment. Oh, look at Avi going for an ambitious dive bomb there of the Mercedes and also trying to get through on his former team as well. They can't get the move on the Ferrari, but makes the move on the Mercedes as we see Ransdell now into the pits. More leader stays out for another lap. So that is when they are going to clear the Mercedes. And I think Avi follows them through as well as Matthew gets up into P2 with the race. Will, I think, be the net P lead. As he tries to go down the inside. Is Avi and they've tapped and Avi almost goes a full 360 around but only goes 90-degree left. And he manages to save, but that's Tycho going wide there and Tycho now drops down into P11. More leader in as well, so Matthew will take the lead of the race as the two Williams there swap places. Will Tycho try and get a switch back on Boswell there. Around the outside he goes into turn 2. And it's turn 3, and I think the Aston Martin has got the move there. Pretty good move there from the Aston Martin. And the next driver will be his former team of Ferrari of Jamie. And also Tycho tries to go down the inside of the Mercedes there and does so. And tries to go around the outside of the McLaren. And the McLaren does leave him the adequate racing room, but just getting a bit too much more, just trying to get a bit squeezed onto that curb there. What am I saying right now? I don't even know. Although Jamie is going to try and defend it, but we see Whipple going for a move on Faisdom as well. Down the inside it goes, latest on the brakes, but Faisdom is still there. And it's going to be side by side between Jamie and Avi. And I think Avi once again has lost out. And he loses the place to Tycho as well. Whipple tries to switch back on Faisdom. Faisdom holds the inside for turn 15 and Whipple tried another switchback but not able to complete that. And Avi now gets a 3-second time penalty. And he could have been on for a win at, here. And he just gets a bit too greedy on the track. And Tycho gets through on Jamie there. More leader and Avi going side by side there. Actually, I think Avi tried to make a move on Jamie already, trying a bit of, payback there. Avi trying to make it move on the outside. That doesn't work, and we'll try and go side by side with more leader. More leader has to cut the track there. Avi left the space, to be fair to him, and I don't know if he will try anything as Whiffle gets up the inside of Phase Dom there. But the question is, did he get DRS? And yes, he did. I think he would have got it off of it anyway. But Psycho now trying to make a move on Phase Dom and will elect to go around the outside, but he will be boxed in a little bit. And he can't pull to the inside because he has a car there. And Tycho being held up a little bit as More Leader gets the move on Jamie. And the two drivers there, Aston Martin and Williams, forced off a little bit there. That gives Tycho the opportunity to try and make a move on More Leader, but More Leader sends one back down the inside and they both again make contact. Although that was an Alpine that time, not a Williams, and More Leader will take P4. Tycho will stay in P5. Whiffle stays in P3 as Avi makes an overtake on Phase Dom round the outside into turn 19. It's still not completed and into turn 20. Can he get the move finally stick? And I think Phase Dom holds it down the inside, but has Avi cleared him? Yes, he has. That was a great move from Avi there. Avi's going to try and send it on Jamie into turn 1 potentially. Yes, he does. Latest on the brakes and he absolutely clears it. But Jamie with the switchback and gets that move. Ransel just leaving it in hot lap at the moment as Tycho pulls to the inside. Jamie gets through. Avi tries to go up the inside of one. Cannot make the move on Jamie, but it's still going to be wheel to wheel between Avi and Tycho. Tycho holding it down the inside of the McLaren and it stays in front. And now there is a car between Jamie and Avi, but Avi switches to the inside into turn 15. But Tycho tries to hold it around the outside. Both drivers getting a slight snap through that corner that allows Jamie to pull ahead slightly. But through the triple right-hander, Tycho just managing to stay in front. And Avi having to stay behind at the moment. Avi now trying to pull to the inside, and I think he is now going to let Ransdell through. That is what I thought he was going to do, but in doing so, he leaves the door open to Phase Dom as he now pulls to the inside of the McLaren driver, and round the outside goes Phase Dom and gets into P8. And Avi now down in P9. Here we go though, down the straight. Can Matthew burn absolutely everything on More Leader? More Leader is burning. He has more ERS, but Matthew has the DRS. And I think it's going to be Matthew who is going to try to go down the inside. And he passes More Leader. Is he going to be able to keep it into the braking zone? Yes, he is. And Matthew takes the lead of the race into the final sector. And he just needs to hold on to this. No other moves being made in the background there apart from Tanis' fall on Moore's Gaming. And it is the two Saubers back down in the final two places. This is More Leader sends one back down the inside going into turn 15. And it's still going to be wheel to wheel, but Matthew just holds on round the outside. And he is now going to go through the triple right-hander. And he is still going to try and burn everything to at least try and keep More Leader behind. More Leader has nothing really to defend of himself. And Matthew is going to come into the final corner and will turn in. And he will just try and keep More Leader behind. As going wide there is Whiffle, but Matthew takes the win here at Texas. More Leader tried his best, but only holds on to P2. And as I predicted, Jamie up to P3. Ransdell finishing in P4. Phase Dom and Focus in P5 and P6. Good result there for Williams. Tycho finishes in P17 with Avi in P8. And R. Whiffle finishes in P9, roughly where I predicted, about P10-ish. Stanis' Fall will then finish in P10 with Bosmowis in P11. And then Moore's Gaming will finish in, I think that was 12th. And it will be Kua finishing in P13. That was some crazy action, but what a race. Matthew, driver of the day. And I think he is indeed the driver of the day. Fantastic race from himself.